Daughter? I mean, what do you think I am? I know what you are, Edward Blake. I've known what you were for 25 years, and don't you ever forget that. Get in the car, Lori. Allie, listen. I thought we'd settled that a long time ago. No, things like that don't ever get settled. Not completely. And they're not going to happen to my daughter. We drove away in silence. He looked sad. I felt sorry for him. Of course, then, I didn't know what the bastard had done. We drove 3 blocks, and then she pulled the car over and just sat there, and it all came pouring out. Her pain, her fears, her whole life, you know? I mean, ordinary people, right? All the things that happened to them. Doesn't that move you more than a bunch of rubble? No. I read Adams, Lori. I see the ancient spectacle that birthed the rubble. Beside this, human life is brief and mundane. Oh, I give up. This is just rounded circles. Can't you tell me how this conversation ends and spare me the agony? It ends with you in tears. Look there. Olympus Mons approaches. Tears? You mean I lose? You mean you don't come back to Earth? I return to Earth at some point in my future. There are streets full of corpses. The details are vague. No. Oh, no, John. What do you mean, vague? There's gonna be a war? A real war? Oh, God. I'm not sure. There's some sort of static obscuring the future, preventing any clear impression. The electromagnetic pulse of a mass warhead detonation might conceivably cause that. Oh, no. Beyond that, events grow even sketchier. I am standing in deep snow. I am killing someone. Their identity is uncertain. Look at it. A volcano as large as Missouri. Breathtaking. Breathtaking? John, what about the war? You've got to prevent it. Everyone will die. And the universe will not even notice. We've been through this before, Lori. You argued that human life was more significant than this excellent desolation, and I was not convinced. You attempted to compare the mere uncertainty in your existence with the chaos of the world beneath us. But where are the pinnacles to rival this Olympus? Where are the depths to match those of... But we near the Valles Marineris. You may see for yourself. It stretches more than 3,000 miles, so that one end knows day while the other endures night. Temperature differences breed shrieking winds that herd oceans of fog along a canyon 4 miles deep. Does the human heart know chasms so abysmal? Yes. Yes, mine, right now. John, you've seen people depressed. Me, when I'm miserable, when I've had too much to drink. Yes, I remember a banquet in 1973. Oh, don't remind me. I acted like an idiot. But I guess that's in keeping with the rest of my life, huh? I mean, you say it's all worthless, right? That we're all blind, stupid things stumbling through our lives, hopelessly lost in the fog? The fog I was lost in that night was Scotch mist. I must have drunk half a bottle. It was a dinner in honor of Blake. I remember thinking, why? Why all this sudden popularity? Nixon wasn't there, but everybody else was. Ford, Liddy, Al Haig. Ford shook Blake's hand. Everybody seemed real pleased with him, but not me. See, by then I'd read Under the Hood about him assaulting my mom. That banquet, it was the first time I'd seen him since I found out. And I was mean drunk. See those Post reporters they found in that garage? Woodward and what's his name? Jewish name. Bernstein. Yeah, I understand the underground papers are already yelling conspiracy. Well, Eddie, any opinions? That piece in the Berkeley Barb? Well, I guess you smoke enough weed you can imagine almost anything. Nah, I'm clean, guys. Just don't ask where I was when I heard about JFK. That's good. Dick'll love that. Miss Uspechik, good to see you. Uspechik, what's that? Grandmother's name? Didn't like Jupiter, huh? Didn't take your old man's name either. What's my name to you? Nothing. You know, you're a pretty girl. I just gotta look at you. I see your mom. You know, your mother, she was a peach. Is that what you told her before you tried to rape her? Before you hit her? Before you kicked her? That isn't the way you treat peaches? Kid, are you sure you want to take this all the way? Damn straight I do. I mean, what kind of man are you? You have to take some woman, you have to force her into having sex against her will? Only once. Only once. As if, you know, It was better than doing it twice or 50 times. And his scar, it always looked like he was sneering. Had 7 scotches inside me, 1 in my hand, and I let him have it. And then you came, and you were angry, and you took me home. It was the first time you ever teleported me anywhere. First time I threw up. But I mean, why bother telling you all this? It just confirms things, right? All these wretched, grubby little human encounters. Better off without them. None of it ever meant a damn thing anyway. I mean, these, my mother's clippings, her whole life, right there. What's it mean? In your terms, next to a neutrino, next to something you can't even see, for Christ's sake, it means nothing. Lori, don't Lori me. It's pointless debating when you obviously don't see anything terribly miraculous in life. Maybe quantum physics doesn't allow miracles. No, thermodynamic miracles are... Oh, for God's sake, John, just land this thing. Now. As you wish. You can take me back to Earth to Fry with Dan and my mom and all us other worthless humans. The conversation's over. And listen, you were wrong, see? You said it ended with me in tears, and look at me. Not a moist eye in sight. You were wrong about that. Maybe about a lot of things. I mean, maybe you were wrong about the streets full of corpses, too. John, can you hear me? Perfectly. Oh, Jesus, John. Lori, you complain, perhaps rightly, that I won't see existence in human terms, but you yourself refuse to consider my viewpoint, letting your emotions blind you. Look at yourself, angry, shouting. Shouted at him. He looked surprised. Couldn't imagine why I'd bear a grudge. And I just couldn't sustain it. The anger. If you'd only relax enough to see the whole continuum, life's pattern or lack of one, then you'd understand my perspective. You're deliberately shutting out understanding as if you're afraid, as if you're too delicate. Mom, I'm 13. Why can't I read Uncle Hollis's book? I do all this training to be a costume hero. I can't even read about them? Ah, now, honey, maybe Mom knows best. I guess I wasn't thinking. I'm through thinking about my life, looking back on all my stupid memories. It's been a dumb life, and if there's any design, it's a dumb design. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. Christ, we were just talking. Can a guy talk to his, you know, his old friend's daughter? I mean, what do you think I am? I think you're avoiding something. Don't be stupid. There's nothing to avoid. His old friend's daughter? What do you think I am? I've never had any occasion to avoid the truth. Only once. His old friend's daughter? Can a guy talk to his old friend's daughter? I mean, look here. My life, my mom's life, there's nothing there worth avoiding. It's all just meaningless. You know, his old friend's daughter? No. No. No, not him. Not... No. You know. No. No, she wouldn't. She couldn't have. Not after he couldn't sustain it. The anger. Lori. I think I am. No. Talking. No, you're not. You're not. Lori. You're not my father. You think I am? Can a guy talk to his, you know, his daughter? No! And there was this toy, this snowstorm ball with a tiny castle inside. It was like a little glass bubble of somewhere else. I knew it wasn't real snow, but I couldn't understand how it fell so slowly. I figured inside the ball was some different sort of time, slow time. And inside, there was only water. Lori, are you all right? Of course not. Blake, that bastard, and my mother, They pulled a gag on me is what they did. My whole life's a joke. One big, stupid, meaningless... Oh, shit. I don't think your life is meaningless. Oh, no? Well, obviously, that's what you're going to say, because anything I'm stupid enough to believe is true, you just disagree with it, and... you don't? No. But listen, you've just been saying life is meaningless, so how can... I changed my mind. But why? Thermodynamic miracles. Events with odds against, so astronomical they're effectively impossible, like oxygen spontaneously becoming gold. I long to observe such a thing. And yet, in each human coupling, 1,000 million sperm vie for a single egg. Multiply those odds by countless generations against the odds of your ancestors being alive, meeting, siring this precise son, that exact daughter, until your mother loves a man she has every reason to hate, and of that union, of the 1,000 million children competing for fertilization, it was you, only you, that emerged. To distill so specific a form from that chaos of improbability, like turning air to gold, that is the crowning unlikelihood, the thermodynamic miracle. But if my birth, if that's a thermodynamic miracle, I mean, you could say that about anybody in the world. Yes, anybody in the world. But the world is so full of people, so crowded with these miracles that they become commonplace, and we forget. I forget. We gaze continually at the world and it grows dull in our perceptions, yet seen from another's vantage point, as if new, it may still take the breath away. Come, dry your eyes. For you are life, rarer than a quark, and unpredictable beyond the dreams of Heisenberg, the clay in which the forces that shape all things leave their fingerprints most clearly. Dry your eyes, and let's go home.